OGDuffy back with a marketplace pickup. Now those that watch my vlog and stuff may have remembered quite a while ago now, I went and collected some game guides from Marketplace. He'd knocked the price down because he hadn't sold them. He's actually immigrating. He said, I might have some more game bits. And I said, well, if you get any more, here's me, you know, messenger details. Give me a shout out, like, you know. And he did. He's just got back to me. He said, I found these items, and he sent me some photos. He said, would you be interested? So I said, yes. As you can see, there's some PS1 games, but I don't know what games they are. So that's going to be a bit of a gamble. Anyway, let's go and get it all picked up and then get it back to OGDuffy Towers and go through it all and see what the actual values are of ICX and the rest of it. All for fun, of course. Rock and roll. Just picked it up. Scope there, boxed. PlayStation console. More game guides. Load of games in there. He said to me he's thrown in some extra games that he found that he had lying around. For example, what's that? Total War Shogun Edition. Yeah, he said there's a couple of PC games and that in there. But anyway, let's get this back to OGDuffy Towers. As I say, let's go through it and see if it's worth the £55 I paid. I think I'm quids in though. So the items here, guys, as you can see, we've got us a scope, we've got us a boxed PS1 with dual shock controllers and a bag of goodies. It's that bag that excites me the most. But we will be checking out them boxes there for the scope, checking everything is complete, checking the PlayStation 1 box as well, because you never know, there might be some hidden treasures in there. There may not. But before we get to all that, let's grab ourselves a beer of choice, because this is going to be thirsty work, people. Oh yes. Anyway, let me tell you how this come about, right? What it was, I bought some game guides a while ago. I probably put it on one of my vlogs, and when I was doing the game guides, I spoke to him afterwards. I said, well, you know, if you get any more gaming gear, give us a shout, like, you know. And he said to me, well, I'm actually immigrating, so everything has to go. He said, I do know I've got some stuff up in a loft. I said, well, you know where I am, you got my details. Don't bother with Marketplace, call me direct. Anyway, about a good 2 weeks went past, heard nothing, thought nothing of it. And then out the blue, I got these messages. I found some stuff, are you interested, blah, blah, blah. Of course I am, I said. And as you can see there, he sent me some photos through. He said, well, this is what I've got. Would you be interested, blah, blah, blah. So, of course, me being me, of course I'm interested, I said. Anyway, I got back to him and I made him an offer. I said, will you take £55? He said, yeah, no problem. I said, I'll pick it up after work. So there I was, 2 hours later. Collected it all, gone in, lovely fella. He's off to Thailand, he's emigrating to Thailand, so I wish you every success and every bit of luck, my friend. But first off, let's get round to these now. So, is my £55 going to pay off? Is it a decent deal? Well, straight away, just looking at this, you know and I know, of course it is. Now, I'm not going to compare all these to CEX prices like I do sometimes and tally it all up, because it's not needed. It really isn't needed. Anyway, first off, swig on my beer, of course. Oh yeah. Right, anyway, Nintendo Scope 6. Well happy with this, but is it all there? That is the question. And of course, and then we've got the PlayStation DualShock down here, and of course, and this big bag here with PS1 games and some PS3 games, and he threw in some PC CD-ROM games as well, because he's just nice like that. Anyway, let's get this unboxed first and let's check it's all there, and let's check out that PlayStation, see what goodies we can find in the boxes and check they're all complete. So the first thing, the Nintendo Scope 6. Now obviously this is like a light gun zapper for the SNES, includes 6 great games. One thing he did say to me, he said, you see that bit there? So there's a little rubber seal that goes on the end of that, he said, and that is missing. Did I complain? No, I did not. I didn't even knock him any money off. I just said, yeah, no problem, mate. I mean, I can live without a little rubber seal, I hope. Anyway, is it all complete? That is the question. The box is obviously not the greatest condition, but hey, not a lot of this stuff is it really? It's all cardboard, so it only survived so far. So there it is in the box there. Let's take a closer look. Got an instruction booklet there. This is for setting up. Oh no, it's the actual games. Mole Patrol, Blastress. Oh, how to use the thing. Laser, Blazer. They're the different games that come with it. There's another scope there, another instruction booklets. There's 2 instruction booklets. There's the Nintendo Scope 6 cartridge complete. That's always handy, very useful indeed. There's the power connector there for the scope itself. There is the scope. That's like a shoulder pad to it. I mean, it's very nice condition, as you can see there. All the buttons are intact there and stuff, and triggers there and stuff. Yeah, it looks all right. Okay, and that's the scope here that obviously sits on the very top of the thing with the rubber missing. And there, as you can see, there's the rubber missing. I'll be honest, you know what I mean? I'm not going to complain. I don't even know how that attaches. Yeah, maybe there somewhere, something like that. It looks like it slides in. Yeah, something like that, look. So there or there, I don't know. But hey, anyway, that'll come off shortly. And we got this here, which I assume, this device allows it to talk to the console. So the Nintendo Scope itself, that's like a little, I imagine like an LED type sensor in there or something. So that is all complete except for that little rubber ring thing. What to do with that? Now I'm not sure. Do I keep it? Do I sell it? Not sure what to do with that. Anyway, that's all good. Get that bag back up and then let's check out that PS1. So now the PS1, guys, let's see if it's all in there. Let's see if it's complete. Hoping so. Right, okay, the box lid is open. 1 power cable. So far, so good. 1 controller. Now, one thing about these old controllers, PlayStation 1, wasn't the cable chunky on them? Big old chunky cable, that was. Not 1 controller, but 2 controllers, because 1 is never enough. An old PS1, the setup guide there, all paper manual. Okay. Oh, okay, got some like discs and stuff in the bottom there. We'll come to that in a minute. Take that out. So it's still got the polystyrene inserts, which is very nice indeed. Pop them down there. And there we go, the console itself. I've already got one of these down there on the shelf down there. But hey, check. No disc in there, but could do with a little clean, but you know, nothing too major. I'm sure that'll work all right. I'll be honest, and the reason I say I'm sure it'll work fine is because talking to the bloke, he was such a nice fella, and he was genuine, do you know what I mean? And like the game guides are just immaculate, they really, really are. Right, some loose discs in here. Right, what have we got there? Oh, look at that. The original Sony memory card box package. And there's some memory cards down there as well. In fact, there are 2 memory cards and the RF lead for connecting it through the telly, and these here. So let's get the memory cards out. There we go, 2 memory cards. 1 yellow and 1 not so yellow. Okay, 1 mega. Right, and that's the thingy cable. Right, well now we go. Now these are magazine demos, I'm guessing. I don't game for these myself, so don't know a lot about it. Anna Kournikova. She was a pretty little thing, wasn't she? I picked that game up recently, and there's another demo cover there, a Tomb Raider 3 cover. So PlayStation issue 48 demo disc. Okay, 48, 39. There's a disc in there. Rayman 2, The Great Escape, Ubisoft. What else we got there? Super Puzzle Fighter Turbo. Disc only. That's a shame. That would have been a nice piece if that had the the thing with it. The PAL, the PlayStation, the demo 1. That actually come with the actual system, I believe, if I recall. I only ever had the very, very first PS1. So, Crash 2, Cortex Strikes Back. Is that a demo? I'm guessing that's, yes, another demo. Obviously Tekken, bit of Crash on there and stuff. And yeah, so that concludes that one. So I'm pleased with that. All seems to be intact, and I'm sure it will work. But let's get to that most exciting bit. Oh yes, that bag of gaming goodness. So far so good, but this is where it's at, guys. I've peeped in here. I can see some decent looking games. There's a little bit of fodder in there, but not your usual fodder. And I have to say, just by browsing, just on the skimming the surface there, this is probably the best marketplace pickup I've had to date. In fact, easily it is. Anyway, onwards and upwards. Okay, let's start off with a couple of PS1 games. Number 1, Roll Cage and Space Invaders. I can feel that these are complete because of the weight. And to be honest, the condition of the game guides he gave me were pretty good last time. So to be honest, I just know that these are going to be really good condition. You should never assume I know, but I am. That's fine. Space Invaders is fine. And a manual in that. Yeah, happy days. Can't go wrong with a bit of Space Invaders. That on the PS1 looks obviously like a decent sort of upgrade on the graphics and the rest of it. Roll cage, know nothing about this one at all. 360 degrees, no rules, non-stop racing. I'm guessing it looks like a sort of an RC type racing game. Radio controlled cars maybe. Yeah. Well, slight tear on the front of the manual there, as you can see. But hey, £55 for the lot. I ain't complaining, guys. I am not complaining. Well, I could complain, but it ain't going to get me anywhere, is it? Anyway, I am not complaining. He said to me, he said, I've got some PS3 games. He says, and you can have them. I'm going to throw them in. Because he had to literally clear the house. He's moving to Thailand completely. Lock, stock and barrel. And he's given me 3 PS3 games here. God of War collection. As you know, I am nuts for the PS3 at the moment. I just can't get enough of it. I'm collecting it all the time, okay? Pop them down there a minute. So the PS3 collection, 2 Epic Adventures, 1... I do not own this. Manual there. Let's check the state of the disc on that one. Oh, mate, it don't even look like he's played it. It just looks like new. I mean, it's God of War. It's God of War. It's the collection. Oh, mate. Remastered in high definition. Now I'm going for these HD collections, so that is a very welcomed addition to the collection completely. And whilst we're on God of War, the Origins collection, I don't know how much these go for in CEX, but I know they are not cheap. Well, I say not cheap, they've got to be a good £30+ pound, didn't they? Origins, again, perfect condition. Happy days with that one. Good-o, good-o, good-o. And another PS3 game. Now, this I already own, but this one is in very nice condition, so I might have to choose the better one. And it is this Dragon's Crown. A great little game, this. I've played it before, many moons ago on an old vlog. Again, great condition. Like I say, the bloke looked after his stuff, so you don't really have to check it, to be fair. Yeah, it's right up my street, this, because it's sort of... fantasy, bit sort of role-playish and stuff, but quite arcadey, quite button-bashy, that one, if I remember. Right, let's grab some more. Okay, guys, these are the PC CD-ROM games. Diablo 3 on PC there. I mean, look at the packaging on that, look. Sort of nice case that opens out. Look at that, look. I mean, I don't go in for PC CD-ROM games in terms of collecting because, hey, it's all downloadable now, isn't it? Which is a shame. But the physical media, I'm sure people out there do collect it. Because I was quite surprised recently on a trip to a CEX how much they were paying for. I think it was Lord of the Rings, Middle-earth, Battle for Middle-earth 2. I think they were paying 20 quid for that. Now, little OG spotted this on the top of the bag and he says, I'll give you £1 for it. I says, no, son, you can have it. And it is this, Dawn of War 2. But this is the Retribution Collector's Edition. And he just loved the cover on this, you know. I'll quickly show you these two before we have a quick dive into that one. Got Total War Shogun 2, the gold edition. And there's a gold edition here of Dawn of War 2, which is the Warhammer game as well. Okay, but let's have a quick look at that one that little OG's got his eye on. This here. I think he said he liked the book, the cover, like the chain and that going around it. What's in there? Is there postcards and all that? Gumph, shall we say? Usually something like that, isn't there? There's an instruction book. There's the actual game, and there's a load of postcards in there and stuff, all still sealed. Okay, but I'll tell you what, little OG wants that. Little OG can have it, can't he? So it's beautiful collection, beautiful condition. Retribution. Oh yes. So there you go, little OG. I will deliver that myself in person. Drop that down. Okay, cracking back on. Okay, more PS1 games. Gauntlet Legends. Gauntlet Legends. Is this the arcade version? I know they brought out an arcade, sort of 3D-ish version of Gauntlet on the arcade, so I'm assuming that's a copy of that. Alien Trilogy. Bit of a cracked case on the front of this one, but hey-ho. There you go. £55 a lot. Oh, dear. There's one Aliens game at the moment on PS1 that CX are giving mad money for. It's not that one though, I'm sure it's not that one. Medieval, I loved Medieval. I think these were such great little games. You're just sort of that skeleton character guy, ain't you? And yeah, what's his name, did it tell you? Lost to the winds of time in the history of Galomir, a land where blah, 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 blah. It doesn't, Skeletal Knight, Sir Dan. I thought he had a more exotic name than that. Anyway, my bad, Medieval there. Pleased with that one. Right, okay. The Simpsons Wrestling. The Simpsons Wrestling, featuring 19 combatants, including Homer, Bart, Krusty, Willie, and other popular characters. I'm guessing, guys, that Willie is going to be quite a decent character in that. Oh, yes, I'm sure. Duke Nukem, Land of the Babes. What's not to love with that? I was hoping it'd have an 18 certificate on it, but it doesn't. It's got a 15 certificate on it. Land of the Babes. The man, the mission, the babes. Oh, mate. Couldn't make it up, could you? Duke Nukem. What a fella, eh? What a guy. Oh, Land of the Babes. I've no idea on the value of these. Oh, World Cup 98. Obviously a football game. Yes. Who made that? EA Sports. So it's the same guys that made them classic games that we all know that I love so much when I find them on the charity shelves. EA Sports FIFA. Oh, dear me. Anyway, next two. These are PlayStation games as well. Tomb Raider 3, Adventures of Lara Croft. I don't think I've got that on the shelf, not the PS1. So, happy days. I'll have some of that. Next one, Nuclear Strike. Now, I picked this up and I could feel that the manual was missing. And I'm right, there is no manual on that one. Nuclear Strike. Is this sort of in the same vein as sort of Desert Strike, Urban Strike, Jungle Strike? There was all that sort of games from Mega Drive and SNES that started out on, wasn't it? And the Amiga, I believe. Only 2 more PS1 games. And they are, oh, another Strike game. This one is Soviet Strike. That has got the manual in it, I can feel it. Yep, it's in there. EA Classics, so it's the Classics label. And Tomb Raider, The Last Revelation. And that come from That's THATZ Entertainment. $27.99. We buy, sell and exchange. Nice crack going along the cover there of that. No manual in that one. That's a bummer. You can feel the weight, can't you? You just know. But there's more. There's one Xbox 360 game in here, and this is a limited collector's edition, and it is Prince of Persia: The Forgotten Sands. I don't really go in for 360 collecting. I know a lot of you guys do, and I would say, yeah, here's a question for you guys at home: what's more collectible? Do you think it's Xbox 360 or PlayStation 3? Personally, I'm a PlayStation 3 fan, but I would go as far as to say I think more people collect for the Xbox 360 than they do the PS3. I could be wrong, I could be right. Drop in the comments, guys. Which do you collect for, if any at all? So there's the discs, there's the bump, and there's, I'm assuming, it's a nice steel case, that nice heavyweight to it. Some postcards in an envelope. Lithographies. What are they then? Oh yeah, just postcards, always postcards, isn't it? But anyway, it's a nice condition, that one. Don't know if it's worth anything as a steel book. Probably not. I'd imagine they were sort of mass produced, wouldn't they? Prince of Persia games. But anyway, that concludes them games. There's more. Let's dive in the bag. There's a few like electrical items in here. There's weight to it because there's some great, awesome looking game guides in here, but we'll come to them. Right, there's this thing here. Right, it's obviously a SCART connection. Megadrive there. Oh, and it comes out, there's a controller attached to it there. A Megadrive controller, contraption type mini micro thing. 16-bit power by Radica. Well, it feels like a, you know, an old proper controller for the Mega Drive was, and a pair of PlayStation earphones, and then finally, oh no, he says finally, but there's something else there. Right, okay, looks like a battery pack from a controller potentially. I don't really know. And there's another one of those as well. I'm guessing, there goes, closer look for you guys. Is that a battery pack for a controller or something? What is that? I'm guessing controller. Does it say anything on there? It just says it's a rechargeable battery. For what? I'm not sure. I'm guessing controller. So, right. And finally, those game guides. Now the first one here, this is hardback, and this is a big old book. Look at that, Super Mario Odyssey. Right, that is a chunky old game guide. Look at it, so colourful and well produced. These things, look at them. I mean, that's absolutely amazeballs. Look at that. Anyway, yes, I've got quite a few of them. I sold a couple of the other Nintendo ones last time, so I might be putting them up on my eBay page as well. Super Mario 3D Land Premiere Edition, none other. Again, beautifully coloured, all the maps, all that sort of stuff, as you'd come to expect from a decent game guide. Another Nintendo game guide here, Super Mario Galaxy 2. Oh, do you remember these game guides? You used to get these, didn't we? Because we didn't have access to the internet like we do now on our fingertips and at our phones, etc. Again, that's beautiful. These are lovely condition. Another Nintendo game guide, Zelda Twilight Princess. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, indeed. Loads of maps, loads of information on that. Temple of Time, all sorts. Proper nice big. I'll tell you what, these game guides, they had some pages to them, didn't you? I mean, 192 pages in that one. And this one here, this is a big chunky one. Red Dead Redemption 2, the complete official guide. Wow, I bet the artwork in this is impressive. Look. If you're a fan of this game, this is impressive artwork. Oh, yeah. Loving it already, mate. I mean, that is a big old book. How many pages is that one? He says, trying to find the numbers. 351. Lovely maps in there. Look at that. Special tonics, all the locations of the special tonics. God, that's a big game. Exploration. Oh, mate. I'll tell you what, there's some info in that. Now, like I say, I will probably be selling them via my eBay page. I don't sell them as a lot though, because I'll tell you why. If you feel the weight of them there, that is a weight, mate, and that costs you a fortune to send. So I'll probably sell them as one-offs, you know, one at a time sort of thing. Yeah. Just getting around to listing them and all that. Anyway, it's time for a beer, guys. So let's conclude. So there we have it. £55 on that marketplace pickup. Now, to be honest, I'm well happy with that. I mean, I can't complain of that at all, can I, really? 55 notes? No moaning now. To be honest, I was quite pleased with the PS3 games, in particular the God of War collections. Very pleased with them. And to be honest, I mean, the lesson learned here, from my perspective anyways, in future, any more marketplace pickups I get, I will ask the question, got any more video game stuff? Got any more, you know what I mean? Because if I hadn't have asked when I picked up the game guides originally, or told him, you know, I collect games, etc., then he probably would never got back to me on these ones. So if you don't ask, you don't get. That famous saying in life. Oh, yes. Anyway, guys, what is the best pickup you have had from Facebook Marketplace? Have you had one, a decent one at all, or have they always been poop? I do find there's a lot of time wasters on there when you're selling anyway. But yeah, I was well impressed and well happy with this one. So anyway, drop in the comments. What finds have you had on Facebook Marketplace in the past and present, of course? Anything decent lately? Boot fairs, charity shops. What pickups have you had? What have been the most memorable? This one for me has been very, very good. It's the best marketplace I've had by far, guys. Anyway. Comments. I really like reading what you've been up to and everything else, so please do comment. Hit the like button if you don't already do so. Subscribe, but hey, you knew that was coming. Yes, because it's important we ask for such things in life. Anyway, look after yourself, stay safe, and I will see you all on the next video. And this beer, as always, people, is for you. See you on the next one. I've been OGDuffy. You've been awesome. Laters.